In addition to the 100 shot interval, we also have a 1,000 shot interval maintenance as well. Danny, can you help us out with that?
Okay, Glenn, on the 1,000 shot maintenance is a little bit different than the 100 shot maintenance schedule. But before we start actually doing the maintenance, I'd like to point out the tools and the equipment that you're going to need and the lubricants. First of all, it's very important that you use non-petroleum based lubricants and cleaners on spring air guns. And what we have our cleaning kit here. It has everything you need in it except your oil rag and your screwdriver. We have the air chamber oil, we have the spring chamber oil, we have the non-petroleum base bore cleaner, we have our brush, our cleaning rod, our cleaning pellets, and the jag. So that's all we need to start. Now to start this maintenance procedure, we'll take our screwdriver, we make sure our safety's out and it's in a safe direction. We just check to make sure the gun was unloaded, and we remove the front forearm screw. Should be a screw and a washer here. The washer may or may not come out of the stock. We flip it over. We take the other one out. Then we come back here and the front trigger guard screw, which is located right there in the front of the trigger, we take it out. Okay, should come out, your stock should lift right off. Okay, what we want to do here is we want to put a little bit of RWS spring cylinder lube on our spring back here. Between 5 and 6 drops, we put the oiler on the bottle, and that way you get a nice even drops. You come in here and you put 5 to 6 drops up that spring right there. Okay, that's all we have to do under here other than take our oily cloth or silicone cloth and just wipe the bottom of your action off here to make sure that it won't rust or corrode. Now we're ready to put stock back on. So you just take your stock, line the trigger up with the trigger guard hole, and set it on there, push it down. Take your screw from your trigger guard, put it back into the gun. It's very important that you get these screws good and snug. If you don't, your accuracy will suffer. So just snug them up good and tight. Turn it over on the front, and we'll go back in here with the right 4-inch screw. And we're going to turn it over and get the left 4-inch screw. So now we have the mainspring lubricated. That is your main power unit for a spring air rifle. Now we need to lubricate the air chamber itself. So we have to open the action, lay our rifle down, take our oiler off of the spring oil and put it on the air chamber lube. And just screw it on here. We recommend 3 drops and 3 drops only. And you just put it right here in the port that the air comes out of, and you squeeze it there just an instant, you'll get about 3 drops. If you're afraid that you're going to get more than that, you can lay it right up here and you can watch them and count them 1, 2, 3. So you got that oil in there. Now we have a pivot point here and we need to lubricate it. So we come back, we take the spring cylinder oil, we put 2 drops on each side of that, so that point's lubricated. Now that's all the lubrication that we need to do on that part. So we also need to lubricate right here on this hinge. You put a drop here, a drop on the other side right here. You'll have 2 drops there. So that takes care of all the lubrication on everything, but now we need to be a little bit more, pay a little more attention to the barrel. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the jag off the cleaning rod. We're going to put on our 17 caliber brush. And then we're going to come over here with our bore cleaner. And we're going to put about 3 or 4 drops on there and just get it saturated just a little bit. Then we're going to come through the breech in. Always clean a open air rifle through the breech side. That's where you load the pellet, and let it come all the way through to the breech or to the muzzle, and make sure it clears the muzzle. Do not start that brush in there and try to reverse directions. It has to go all the way through one way or the other. You're going to do this about 3 times. Okay, so now we're going to take the brush off. We're going to wipe our rod down to get any debris that might be on it. Now it'll come off. We're going to have to put our jag back on. Now we need to get this cleaner out of the bore. So we'll come over and we'll take 2 of our 17 caliber cleaning pellets. We'll place them in the bore, in the chamber here. And we'll start one with our pellet, or with our jag. Then we'll start the next one. Push it all the way through. Okay, now you will continue pushing those through until those patches or those pellets come out clean. As you can see, these are a little dirty. So now what we want to do, we want to lubricate this, because we want just a slight coat of oil inside that bore in case you're going to store it. We just don't want it completely squeaky clean where it'll rust or corrode. We put air chamber oil on here, and we'll put about 2 drops on this patch and get it soaked. And we'll start it in. Take our jag and get it started there just a little bit. And we'll do another one the same way. This way, if you just put 2 drops on there, you won't over lubricate your bore. And so now we're going to push it through. You may feel a little resistance with these. These pellets are made just a little bit oversized, so they'll have a scrubbing action. And then we take our rifle and we find a place, because it's cocked now. We have to go and we have to shoot it in a safe direction into a safe backstop to uncock it, and it's ready for storage, other than just taking, after you fire it, take your silicone cloth or oily rag and wipe it down. Glenn, you have any questions on how that's done?
I think you pretty much covered the bases. Very good.